This generation needs leadership. This generation needs you, all of us, to lead ourselves with good choices, with the reality, knowing the reality that we will probably live longer than we ever thought. So here's another poem that goes with that. It says, you are entitled to whatever you earn. Get off the couch and go for a burn. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Grandpa did say, he lived longer than ever, rotting away. Your advance notice is all over the land. Now is the time to make your own plan. Bombarded by info, what will you do? Stay healthy and strong, or walk in their shoe. Take care of your body, your mind, and your spine. Make healthy choices that keep you in line. You've got to have nerve to adjust to it all. Your 100 is coming. You make the call. You have to make that call for yourself, responsibly. The way you study, the way you go about your grades, you are setting a track for your long life. And the choices you make will support a great life or will put you down a road that you'll be climbing out of for a really long time. You know, I love this. This is an article if you go to 100yearlifestyle.com. And it says if you only had 24 hours to live. I know that for so many, and when we're younger, we say, man, but no, what if I only had 24 hours to live? What would you do? Here's what happens. You go all in, doing everything, acting crazy, whatever it is. 24 hours goes by, and you wake up, and okay, I got another one. And then you do it again. It's like, okay, I got another one. And then you do it again, 24 more hours, and I got another one. You do that after a year, and you're broke, beaten, exhausted, and now at some point you have to realize that, you know what, man, I got to create some balance here between my short and long-term thinking in a way that is going to not just help me enjoy the day, but that's going to make a difference in my quality of life for the long haul. You know, we call it also on 100yearlifestyle.com, we say 100% for 100 years. 100% for 100 years. Come on, think about it. If you knew that you had this potential inside, and it doesn't matter whether somebody told you you couldn't. Remember, you're the first generation in history. Come on. Take your innate intelligence out for a test drive. See what your body, your mind, your spirit can do for the good. 100% for 100 years, not just short term. You know, I was so excited when the 100-Year Lifestyle came out to get the support of the endorsement of people like Usher, who was a patient of mine for years. He's got a new movie coming out soon, Hands of Stone, I believe it is. And Roger Craig, who played in the NFL, who's about to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. And to have the support and the endorsement of this consciousness and this mindset of the American Council on Exercise, the National Academy of Sports Medicine, and so many business groups around the country and around the world. And to see it going around the world and making a difference around the world, for me to be able to be here with you is my favorite part about how this is changing people around the country and around the world. Because they say you are the future, and you are. But it's not just like the future for next week. There are some of you sitting here that today is going to change you forever. You're going to embrace your own potential regardless of what anybody said to you in the past. It doesn't matter what they think. It matters what you think. It doesn't matter what they choose. It matters what you choose. Because your life will be the consequences of your choices, not mine. And if you embrace it, raise your hand if you've ever had a good day. Raise your hand if you've ever had a good day. Come on, raise your hand high. If you embrace what we're talking about here, we're talking about 100 years worth of good days. And here's something also very important, because a lot of you may hear, we talked about genetics a little bit earlier. We must understand that we need to stop blaming our genes. If you're tall, taller than you think you want to be, shorter than you think you want to be, bigger, smaller, more hair, less hair, whatever the color, stop blaming your genes. It is not your genes' fault. The research shows that depending on who you read, according to the MacArthur Foundation, they say that quality of life as you age is 70% lifestyle, only 30% genetics. The Cooper Clinic says it's 25% genetics, 75% lifestyle. The China study says 95% lifestyle, only 5% genetics. So no matter how you slice it, your choices matter more than your genes. Here's a young man who's a patient of mine who was born with no arms and legs. How many of you would agree that this was probably a genetic challenge? Yes or no? Yeah, it was. No arms and legs. Yet, through the choices and the mindset of what to do with his genetic potential, his longevity potential, he chose to live his 100-year lifestyle to function at the highest level. His parents chose that, and he decided to be a wrestler. Now, here's him wrestling in the state championship tournament. Now, the crazy thing about this is that he was interviewed on ESPN. His name is Kyle Maynard, by the way. He was interviewed on ESPN years ago, and they not only interviewed him, but they interviewed his opponents, and I love this. Listen to this. This cracks me up. It's hysterical. They asked the opponents, so what's it like to wrestle a guy with no arms and legs? And here's what the opponent said. Are you ready? Are you sitting? Of course. Listen, here's what the opponent said. Well, it's just not fair. It's just not fair. It's just not fair. There's nothing to grab. It's just not fair. How crazy is it that the child born with no arms and legs has the upper hand? Not because of his genetics, but because of his lifestyle, his choices, the thoughts that he thinks, the actions that he takes, not choosing to be a victim, not choosing to be a victim of the circumstance, of his genes, but making choices from that point forward that are good for him so that he could live his best life every single day. And I remember I called him up on the phone because his story inspired me. And he said on the interview that he was going to be going for the world powerlifting record. And here he is setting the world powerlifting record for his weight class. I called him up and I said, dude, you're going for the world record. You need a chiropractor. Who's your chiropractor? I want to be your chiropractor. He said, man, I don't have one. I said, cool. So here I am. I flew with him to Columbus, Ohio, and took care of him before and after every lift and the month leading up to him setting the world record. And now, not only is he the world record holder, but now you may have seen him at the Olympics, during the Olympics, in a Nike commercial. This is a young man that has chosen not to be a victim of his genetics, but to make the choices that are good for him over the long haul. Has this been a good session so far? Yes? So we're about to wind down, and I have so much to cover, and maybe we can get into more of the depth, Sharon, in some of the classes down the road, and maybe even for more of the school. Have you enjoyed this so far? Yes? Yes? So I want to leave you with a couple of closing thoughts and a poem. First of all, I want to invite you to go to the 100-Year Lifestyle website. We have something there for you. There are some forms there that are related to choices and energy where you can do a calculation. So if you download one of those forms, there's a calculation on there that will tell you your minimum potential years remaining. Just go to 100yearlifestyle.com, download those forms, and fill it out. Go to the 100-Year Lifestyle fan page. Like us and follow us, and stay connected with us. We're posting information there on a regular basis. And then lastly, and most importantly, as you move forward from this day forward, I want you to think about Max. I want you to think about Max. As you drive down Johnson Ferry Road, up and down, and you see the assisted living centers, and think to yourself, am I making the choices to optimize the quality of my life every day starting with today? Or am I setting myself up for challenges unnecessarily? And begin to make those choices in that moment that support your ideal 100-year lifestyle. So I leave you with one final poem. Sharon, thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. How about a round of applause for Coach Sharon for setting this up? To the other teachers and coaches that thought that this would be a good idea, give them a round of applause as well. For the parents that are involved in the PTA to care enough to show up, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you as well. And I leave you with one final poem, and it goes like this. Life is a marathon, one sprint at a time. Take care of your body, your mind, and your spine. Do what you love and love what you do. Go for the gold. Be fearless, be bold. Life will surprise you. The road will wind. Take care of yourself, because I forgot the rest of the words. I am so excited that I got a chance to be with you today. Take care of your body, your mind, and your spine. Make healthy choices that keep you in line. You got to have nerve to adjust to it all. Your 100 is coming, everybody. You make the call. Thank you so much for this morning. Appreciate you so much.